Welcome back, everybody, to Overreaction Monday. We're coming at you hot on Monday morning. We got the incredible Week 6 that just happened and a lot of games that we're going to talk about. Let's go ahead and just jump in to our first team that we're going to be talking about. And that's a team that should have been like one of the best teams in the NFL right now. You would almost think that their record should be switched in wins and losses. But we're going to be talking about the Baltimore Ravens and how that they are 1-5 right now. And my overreaction, this is my statement right here. I'm saying that the Baltimore Ravens will miss the playoffs. All right. That is my overreaction after Week 6. Okay. Now, how did we get here? How in the hell are the Ravens 1-5 after Week 6? All right. So they started off the season with a really tough loss, a loss to the Bills, 41-40, really close there, but hey, that's a loss, all right? And then they get a win against the Browns. They're 1-1, all right? So everything's looking up, right? Everything's looking great, Vince?
Yeah.
They're going to lose 4 straight. They're going to get their butts whipped by the Lions. They're going to lose to the Chiefs. Then they're going to lose to the Texans. And then just this past yesterday, the Rams had beat them 17-3. And this Ravens defense has looked so suspect. Probably the best game so far this year was holding the Rams to 17 points. That is probably their best game that they've had this year, this defense. And they have really struggled the past 2 weeks, their offense, without Lamar Jackson. Now, I do believe that after this bye week that they have coming up, that Lamar Jackson will be healthy again and that their offense will be much more proficient and be able to score points. But at this point, being 1-5, they will have to run the table the rest of the season and win some major games, all right? So I'm going to break down the rest of their schedule and what they have going on. So obviously next week they have a bye week so they can get healthy, refigure things out, and this is the perfect time. If you want to run the table, you run the table after a bye week, all right? But you got the Bears, Nets at home, then you go against the Dolphins, and then you go against the Vikings, then you go to the Browns, then you face the Jets, then the Bengals, then the Steelers, then the Bengals again, then you go play the Patriots, then you play my Green Bay Packers. That's a loss right there. And then you finish your season against the Steelers. So a lot of those games, you would say, hey, those are winnable games. I think all of these games should be potential winnable games, even against my Packers. I'll be honest here, guys. I think all of these are winnable games, but being at 1-5, there's very small layer margin there for the Ravens, especially with how their defense is playing. Lamar Jackson is going to have to play lights out. I think this is a very tough ask for Lamar for the rest of the season. I definitely see them missing 3-4 games here and have a 8-9 or a 9-8 type of record and could potentially miss the playoffs with, I think the Steelers will win this division. That's my overreaction. That's how I see it. I see them losing 3 to 4 of these games and missing the playoffs. Vincent, what do you think about these Baltimore Ravens?
So obviously it's really easy to jump on this wagon and say that they won't make it because I don't think there's been any single team that's gone 1-5 and made the playoffs. I could be wrong. Fact check me. I don't know. Put it down in the comments. But there is a possibility, right? Slight possibility. The AFC right now as an entire picture is pretty doo-doo. The people and the teams right outside of the bubble are 2-3, going to be 2-4 most likely coming into this week. So the 7th ranked position for the AFC playoff race right now is 4-2, right? So the Ravens are 3 games behind. But there is a chance that they could come back with Lamar Jackson healthy after this bye week, beat the Bears 2-5, beat Miami 3-5, possibly lose to the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know. That could be a toss-up win. So let's say for safety net, they're 3-6. Then they go beat the Browns, in my opinion, 4-6, beat the Jets 5-6, beat the Bengals because they're still going to be banged up, but Joe Flacco's there. So this could be a very interesting game. Could be pretty good. So there's a possibility there that, like you said, Reed, they could go 8-9. They could go 9-8 when it's all said and done. And we've seen many AFC teams get into the playoffs that way. Obviously, I do believe that the Steelers will win this division the way they are playing. DK Metcalf looks good. Aaron Rodgers looks good. Jalen Warren looks good. The defense, obviously, with TJ Watt and a couple other guys there, look good. I think they'll take that division for sure, unless something implodes. But Baltimore is one of the worst teams. They are second in draft position for this upcoming NFL draft. It is insane. Did not see that on my bingo card this year. So there is a possibility that they win a lot of games when Lamar comes back, but even when Lamar was playing, they lost 3 straight games. So this is only the second game, I believe, without Lamar Jackson, and it's showing how bad this team is when he's not on the field. So we'll see what happens, but I am also on this wagon with you, Reed. I think the higher probability is that the Ravens do not make the playoffs, and maybe they just tank. Maybe.
All right. I would be very surprised because I do believe Hardball, at how long he's been the coach of this team, potentially could be on the hot seat. I don't want to say that because I do think he is a great coach, but it's been a long time since this team has won an actual playoff game or gone deep into the playoffs. So potentially on the hot seat, especially if they miss the playoffs. That really opens the door to that. So hopefully none of that happens. I wish the best for the Ravens, but I do think they're going to miss the playoffs with being 1-5 now. But if you guys disagree with us, say that we're wrong. Go let us know down in the comments. Tell us how we're wrong, how they're going to make the playoffs, which games are they going to win in order to make it into the playoffs. Let us know down in the comments. All right, guys. If you're enjoying our videos, hit that like button and also hit that sub button, guys. It costs you nothing. It helps us out so much. And then, as always, make sure you are tuning in live tonight. We are going to be reacting to the Commanders and Bears game. It's going to be a great game. We're really excited about it. 2 younger quarterbacks battling it out right there. And seeing who should have been the first overall pick. Maybe we'll see. But come hang out with us tonight as we react live to that game. And then we will see you guys then. But as always, keep on grinding.